Hey y'all, how you doing? Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Chef Shelley. We're going to do this beer pretzel dish here, and what we're going to do is, everyone likes pretzels. It's a nice little flavorful snack, and what best not to go with pretzels but a little beer. So today we're actually going to make beer pretzels. And what you see here is we got our mixer, we have our stove, a little pan heating up here. Turn it just a little more. We're going to let it get nice and hot, and then we're going to add our oil, our beer, and our water. We're going to get that nice cooked up, nice and hot, and then we're going to add it into a flour, yeast, and salt mixture. And once we do that, then we're going to mix it all together inside of the mixer. Alright, here we go. We got our flour in here in the bowl. This little mixer. It makes it a little quick and simple. You just throw everything inside there, and then when we get our hot liquid all heated up, we can just put it inside and start mixing very gradually. Now me, I'm a little, okay. Oh, this is bad. Can't even get the packet of yeast open. This is definitely a child safety packet here. So apparently it doesn't want to open. Just remember, using a knife, cut away from yourself. Throw the yeast in there. Just 1 pack of active dry yeast. Just remember, the active dry stuff is the stuff you do not add moisture to immediately, because you don't want to have, because it'll immediately, as soon as you add it in with the flour and such, it'll go ahead and it'll start. Alright, there we go. Just mix it up, get it incorporated really well, and we're going to go cook off our pans nice and hot. You can feel it right there. It's good. Okay, we got our oil, our water, and our beer. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and add the oil in so the oil gets nice and hot. Then we're going to throw the water in. Of course, this is going to jump around on us. Get the fan on so that way it's all good to go. And then throw your beer in. So you don't have to wait for this to get too hot now, because as soon as it hits that warm pan, boom, it's done almost. Flour mixer is still kneading at a slow speed. You want to do it at slow speed, because as soon as you put the hot liquid in, it might go all over the place. Hot liquid. Best thing about this, it's got a lip. You can pour it right in. This is awesome. Nice and easy. Throw this stuff in, and it slowly starts to incorporate. And what you want to see is you want to see soft dough form. So I'm going to get all this liquid in here. As I said, don't splash it in automatically. You might get a little backsplash, and having beer spilled on you is one thing. Having hot beer spilled on you, that's a little different. Right. Now, while that's forming, you're going to take a little bit of the flour that was left over, and you're going to go ahead and start spooning that in. Slowly you start to put it in, almost like you're temping it a little bit. And as soon as you get all this flour in, you're going to allow it to mix for a little bit longer, and then when you got these nice little soft dough forming like we have, what we'll do is we'll throw it down on a floured surface, we'll start kneading it out, and we'll form our dough, and then we'll let it rise, and lightly floured surface, and our dough. Start getting this out. Put this on the table. And you can either do this in the whole batch, or you can do it in small batches. So I'm going to separate this thing off just a little bit here. I'm going to start clumping it together, kneading it, getting it all worked up. It might break apart on you for a little bit, but a little work, a little kneading, and it'll all form right together. You have your dough balls. You don't want dough balls, but you want to flatten it out just a little bit. You want to get it to work a little bit, so that's this way you can activate the yeast a little further. And this is one of many steps in making these little pretzels. You definitely want to work it a little bit. And we're going to continue this for the rest of the dough. And we're going to get it to, it's about this standard, flat. You can push it down just a little bit. Get to a point where it's very elastic. Let it sit. And we'll put a little one right here. And what we're going to do is take a little plastic wrap. Room temperature is fine. Plastic wrap has never been my friend. And we're going to cover it just like so. And we're going to let it sit for 15 minutes. And we have our dough right here. We've got it all stretched out. And we got it rolled. Alright, we rolled it on up here. Our little pieces right here, big pieces right here. Basically what we did, we took the big piece, we flattened it out just a little bit, and then we carved it up into about 5 or 6 little strips, and then we rolled the strips out. Now, we're going to take this guy, and we're going to fold this to the pretzel shape. Alright, you can use a little water to get the sides to clamp here. I tend to fold them over. But the history behind the pretzel here, one of the things that I've read is there's monks basically like to make the pretzels in their bakery. Well, yeah, you might say beer, pretzels, monks, beers, and it's all kind of works out. But anyway, what the monks would do is they would reward children who prayed very well with the pretzel. And if you think about the pretzel, you got your arms crossed, kind of like you're praying. So we're going to put him over here. We got him, and then we're going to finish the rest of these off, and then we're going to go to our next step. We're going to the next step is actually to let these guys sit, and they're going to sit here and they're going to rise just a little bit more. And then after that, our next step is going to be we're going to plop them in some boiling hot water with some baking soda, and we'll be rocking. All right, we got the pretzels in the hot water bath here. It is 6 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of baking soda. We're going to grab the other tray. Drop him in. I only recommend putting 3 in at any given time. They have to sit in here for 30 seconds. Flip them over a little bit. Don't play with them too much. Your knots might actually unknot themselves, and then you have pretzel sticks floating around inside the water here. Take them out. Flip them over. Right side up. The oven's already preheated. We're going to put them on the wire rack right here, so that way they get to drain a little bit. That last one might come apart on me. We shall see. Alright. Fishing for pretzels. There we go. There we go. Alright. I'm going to stay like this. I'm going to get these all cooked off, and we're going to put them on the tray, let them drain. Then we're going to transfer them back to a cookie sheet that's slightly creased, and we're going to pop them in the oven. Get them out of the oven. You can probably see them right there. They look pretty good. Alright. Good little pretzels. That's the fun part. Transfer them from here to a wire rack. Once you get on the wire rack, we're going to put a little sea salt on them. Can't touch them at this point. I wouldn't hold on to them too long. Bad timer. And over here, yeah, I had a stick. And it looks like we're going to get them all in one tray here. Look, don't normally do that. Alright. There we go. That's our beer salt pretzel. We're going to let them cool for a little bit. Put a little sea salt on it. Try to make this as healthy as possible. Oh, I love these little McCormick grinders. These things are awesome. Alright, there we go. Beer pretzel. It works.